What's up?
What's up, party people?
Going straight into it today with some drama.
The recent drama. It's the great skeptic versus the alt whatever the fuck have you.
Exactly. So we're talking about Coach Redpill, Sargon, Jeff and Kraut and T.
Everyone involved, so we can get them views. And the fact that we just know a lot about it, so I figured fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
We're basically just like throwing the opinion of an outside observer in.
Yeah, I would say
I haven't seen much of that.
That's pretty accurate portrayal of what we're going to attempt to do here with this video. So where did this all start, Rielly?
All right, so I've been following this drama pretty much ever since it started. And it's basically what everyone's been saying. It's like the SJW content kind of... It didn't really dry up because people were still doing it, but it kind of lost the interest that it once had just because they got fucking plowed into oblivion on YouTube.
Okay.
So what happened was, in terms of Kraut and maybe a few others in the skeptic community, they decided to go after race realist. However, none of them had anyone who is academically... who has academic credentials on their side. So it was kind of like just two groups of people arguing about shit that none of them know what the fuck they're even talking about. Because the alt-right, or I don't want to call them the alt-right, fuck. But like the people on the race realism side had people like JF, who's a fucking biologist. And I'm pretty sure he was a professor at one point.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
This is correct. Up until recently, I believe it was, right?
Correct. And then videos started coming out where Kraut was up to some pretty deceptive shit in a private Discord server. And Coach Redpill he pretty much made videos way before it even happened saying that Kraut was planning to dox him.
Right.
So that was pretty much what started it all. And there was a lot of Andy Worski live streams where you could see like tensions were brewing between these two groups of people. So it's just been it's been crazy.
It's been interesting. So that's kind of that's kind of where this all started, and we're gonna jump right into it. So basically we're just gonna try to kind of identify and point out here Sargon of Akkad's involvement. We kind of broke it down into little sections here. We're going to talk about each individual person basically and their involvement in it. So this is kind of where we're going to start.
Okay.
Do we have anywhere in the video specifically that we wanted to jump to, or do we just want to go straight off? We can just let him ramble for a second.
Yeah, let's
we'll
just
see.
For anyone who doesn't know, there's a small drama channel called Coach Redpill that's being run by confidence trickster known as Gonzalo Lira, and it's weird that we're enemies. I actually don't know what I've done to incite this man's ire, but he has recently been engaged in the ideological battle between Kraut and T and a group of left-wing scientists and the alt-right. I've been watching, but I'm not a scientist, so I'm in no way qualified and not even as a layman well educated enough to give an input on who's right and who's wrong. In fact, I'm learning a remarkable amount from it, and I'm quite enjoying the exchanges, even though they are quite emotionally charged.
Yes.
Until recently, when
just a little bit,
the whole thing seemed to have gone off the rails, and this Coach Redpill chap has really found himself as a key player in all of that. And I just want to show you what I mean. So this is a post that Coach Redpill put on his YouTube channel a few days ago. I took the screenshot a couple of days back. And the scandal, as he calls it, the Kraut and his secret Doxing smear Discord server, which I don't really know very much about because I wasn't in it. There are 4 issues that trouble him greatly. So apparently there was a New York Times reporter involved with this. I had no idea.
So
I don't know anything about.
These are kind of like, we'll just, for sake of time, we'll just kind of get right into this here. Yeah, so basically the New York Times, the reporter that Kraut and his goons were in touch with is no slouch, blah, 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 blah. this is all kind of drama based on the argument, I guess, that they were having that initially sparked like this whole thing. So
yeah, and Sargon gets dragged in with a guilt by association tactic, and yeah, I'm pretty much on Sargon's side through this because he's getting a lot of shit thrown his way that I don't think is called for. But we can keep going through this, or we can talk a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll keep going through it.
About that. The participants who are the targets were on his Doxing campaign. Why they were targeted, I don't really know about that. There was something about the Kilroy event as well. Base Mama was in there. I don't really know about that. Again,
that's a whole another thing.
I haven't been following this very closely, but I have been following this Coach Redpill guy because I bumped into him in a camera shop in London, which I do think was a coincidence. I mean, I hadn't told anyone I was going to the camera shop, so I don't see how he could possibly have known that I was going to be there. And he seemed quite surprised to see me. He's also really passive in real life.
I'm just gonna interject real quick with just something.
Yeah, I want to say something when you're done too.
It's funny because on Redpill's channel, he has a version of this event, which don't quite line up exactly with what Sargon is saying. Like in the video, it's minor, but in the video, Redpill's like, "Oh, I have much charm, so even though we disagree, we got along great because I'm so charming." It's like, but Sargon describes him as like kind of like a passive cuck. So
yeah, like that's apparently before they met, they were kind of going a little tit for tat on Twitter. Nothing serious. They weren't like seriously at each other's throats, but they ran into each other at that British camera shop. And when they first met, they were like a little bit like, they weren't like, best buddies immediately. But Sargon, I believe, did offer to have lunch.
He said that he'd have lunch with him or whatever.
And so they did.
Got lunch and hung out for like 2 hours, I guess.
And they did. And they, according from both accounts, they had a good conversation. Mm-hmm. Sargon gave Coach Redpill his private Skype, and they talked on there. So,
Yeah.
Kind of a cuck, actually.
That's it.
Cuck.
I was the one doing all the talking, and he was the one sitting there passively agreeing with everything I said. But anyway, point 4. Clearly, Sargon knew what Kraut was up to. I have evidence written in his own hand. So why didn't the leader of the skeptics put a stop to this, or expose it before it had snowballed into this scandal?
All right, pause. Yeah, Sargon did know, but what Kraut does is totally up to him. Sargon has no control over what he does.
Yeah.
Kraut is his own person. He has his own agency. Sargon isn't like the fucking puppet master of all the skeptics.
Right, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, they can all choose to do or say whatever they'd like. So,
yeah.
I mean...
And Sargon did tell him not to do it. He told Kraut to argue ideas, not...
Right, and as Sargon's, like, gets into it, he kind of points that out as well. Like, like he's not the... the lion keeper. Like he's not going to sit there and tell people exactly what they can do or say like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not how it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, would you like to move on, or you still want to watch a little bit of the Sargon video?
No, I think we can move on. I just wanted to pull this up, so
yeah, just to give a little bit of a
and get his kind of point of view on it.
Yeah, Sargon's most recent point of view, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, to sum it up, Sargon basically says that he didn't really find it to be a true dox. He had nothing to really do with it, and he did warn Kraut against doing it, and pretty much called Coach Redpill out on his bullshit, because Coach Redpill is acting very disingenuous about this. Exactly,
yeah. And so this is the coach, Coach Redpill's past.
Yeah.
It just kind of gives a little bit of an insight into it.
Narcissistic Illuminati.
Yeah. we're not going to get super into this post because, as you can see, it's pretty in depth here.
Yeah,
it's more
lot of shit to dig through.
Yeah, it's more so just to bring it up and kind of like show you guys that it exists, and we'll put this in the link as well.
This is all public information, by the way. Nothing on this website is private.
Yeah, so and this will kind of bleed into that conversation too. I actually kind of want to. We'll probably get into that in the next video here, but yeah. So this is just his his past. This was a nice little picture of him. It gives some videos as well as kind of gives some backstory into like the first little bit of drama and like what kind of sparked in general the conversation of Coach Redpill. It's not necessarily everything directly to do with this specific incident, but like the overall atmosphere of Coach Redpill. Is there anything specifically that we want to take a look at in here? Maybe this part, for example.
Yeah, this was brought up to question his credentials, which I think is fair because this not macro business. This is like a legit economics magazine, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Or website, whatever have you. Like this whole thing with the website that he apparently stole back from some guy. I'm not crystal clear on how that story went because I just discovered this Kiwi Farms website today. But the guy who he apparently fucked over has been tweeting about it pretty profusely.
Right.
So like there is like real people claiming that he did do this, and this was not a private incident. This was public. This was very public.
Right. So, yeah, and again, it's just more. This will kind of back up stuff that we're going to go over later in the post too. But this is just to kind of like set the atmosphere. There's a lot of people saying that like they had it's just a clusterfuck, honestly.
Yeah, and they also bring up little post that he made saying that he was a male feminist and he was defending some feminist talking points. Now, I don't really hold that against... I'm not really going to use that against him because they're from 2013. See where he says a male feminist. That's 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago. So maybe he changed his mind on some things.
Yeah.
You can have... that's over 5 years. He may have changed. I don't really hold that against him.
Yeah. I do like the part where it says kind of odd he's supposed to be so fucking red-pilled, yet there you go.
Yeah.
That is kind of funny, but I mean, it could be,
I've watched a lot of his videos, and he does make decent right-wing points. I don't necessarily agree with them, but I like being challenged on my beliefs, and I think he does a good job of challenging me. But
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day...
Lately, his videos have just been trash drama. Like, that's all he's really been putting out.
Yeah, I like this too. In my experience, demanding that a woman give you anal sex or any other sex is distinctly and deliberately painful, is kryptonite to women. Once they take it painfully, they surrender completely. And then it says the old John Mellencamp tune, completely on the money, hurt so good. Oh my.
And this is where they first came in contact with each other, him and Richard Spencer.
Yeah, Richard Spencer.
But he's talked publicly about this before, so
yeah. But yeah, this is just some stuff again, just to kind of get the idea of like maybe where
past.
Yeah, the past. So just to give you an idea of like if you're not exactly familiar with who, this person is, this will give you some kind of insight on maybe why Sargon and Jeff and some of the things we're going to go over in the next video, why they may have those opinions. So with that being said, I think that's a good enough time just to go straight into the next video.
Real quick, guys, real quick.
So this is a leaked conversation that was posted on, I believe it was Kraut and T's Discord, right?
Yeah, his Discord channel.
Yeah, so this is Jeff, Kraut and T, and some other people.
Yeah, Thunderfoot and Sargon were on it. Sargon never really used it. I watched a video. Thunderfoot was talking about this earlier today. Kraut and T wanted Thunderfoot to back him because Thunderfoot has academic credentials.
Okay.
But Thunderfoot's in the server, but he never really spoke much in it. All he really told Kraut is that I'll try to sum it up quickly. He basically told Kraut that the people who are into race realism aren't going to care if you have someone academically right. He said, if you explain something in scientific terms that only 10% of the people watching understand, then you still lose. So that's why he told Kraut he wasn't even going to bother arguing that.
Right. And so this is their Discord. And in the video, there are also some other people, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah,
don't know who the fuck those people are.
No, they're smaller fish.
Yeah, smaller fish. We're just mainly focusing on Jeff Holiday, who is a pretty distinct voice, and Kraut and T. So we'll get right into this, and we'll just pause it and go on as we kind of want to comment.
Hungover, and I can't keep this up because I gotta lay back down. But obviously, if you need me to help talk to Sargon and Kraut, let me know. But the thing you have to remember about Sargon, when this comes up, and this is the most important thing you have to remember, is that Sargon is a political activist. Sargon is not a scientist. He doesn't even understand how these conversations are even supposed to go. He has no conceptual awareness of what JF
Sargon's admitted that.
Right, so like
he admitted that in the video today.
What I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, what I think Jeff Holiday is trying to say is that if Redpill were to say that he has JF's backing, he would have an academic source on his side, whereas if they say they have Sargon's backing, that's not an academic source, I believe is what he's
Correct.
saying. So my opinion is I don't really see the shit talking that was going on. I mean, maybe he was a little,
Yeah, but Sargon will admit, like, he has admitted to that. Like, he's not academically fit to handle.
Right. No, I'm just addressing how this video is titled.
Yeah, I think this video is a little
I don't really necessarily think
clickbaity.
Yeah, I don't think, just for all the people who are freaking out saying, Jeff Holiday, fuck Jeff Holiday, fuck Jeff Holiday, and all that shit. I don't really think he's talking shit on Sargon there. I think he's more so just making the point, like, Kraut, you've got to remember that just because Sargon agrees, or may agree, that's not an academic source. Because it seems like they're hell-bent on this academic source for whatever reason for this issue. So
I need them credentials.
Yeah.
If it's not actually presenting a logical fucking argument whatsoever, he's just spouting off and talking in circles, and it sounds right, and it's sounding right to him, and he's being naive, and he's being gullible. So that's what really has to be communicated to him, is that him trying to speak on this through the lens of politics, when you're talking about actually trying to find biology, is something he is ill-equipped to understand. If he wants to learn about it, he should, but otherwise he probably shouldn't get involved.
Yeah, so that sounds more like an opinion than shit talking to me.
Yeah.
But
Okay, this is just it. I'm just gonna let him know. Dude,
Just Kraut.
talk to my fucking scientist.
Every L of a channel is not private.
Jeff. Oh my god, the fact that I gathered this data on Coach Redpill is gonna bite me in the fucking ass because
It
he
did.
knows I gathered.
Yeah. Very, maybe you should have thought about that.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have taken your own advice there,
Now, I don't personally... We'll get into what we think.
Yeah, we'll
about
get into
in the
it.
end.
Where the fuck is Jeff Holiday now?
Where the fuck is Jeff?
That's
It
that's
sucks to
what
see
I
him
was
off.
concerned about. I think somehow the drama is sort of bleeding over into what's going on with you, Kraut. And maybe we can discuss that afterwards. But
Which drama?
my drama.
I don't know who this guy is talking, by the way.
I don't know either.
It's that part of the skeptic community. I have a reputation that's being spread. There's a slander going around. They're trying to turn me into the next AIU.
I love that, dude.
You're trying
AIU is gonna take that sound clip and be like, "Oh, these cooks in the
these
skeptic
cooks."
community. I still have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Fat. Kraut and T's fat.
Basically, what's happening, and this is where this is where Sargon is getting
Skeptic.
Such a beta.
ideas. People are just trying to. They're afraid of a few things. I could explain pretty much everything. Every accusation, I have proof for pretty much everything. They don't have.
Who
any
are
proof.
you?
This is all just sort of a smear campaign.
Smear
because
campaign.
I more or less started exposing people for their bullshit, and people don't like to be.
Yeah, that's a... Let me just... I mean, we're not obviously the biggest YouTube channel in the world or anything.
We did break 1,000 views today.
Yeah, that's awesome. Don't know
Don't
how.
know how, yeah, but apparently our first podcast episode got fucking. We don't know.
A stupid
We just
amount of
hope no
views.
one was talking shit about us. That's
Yeah.
my only fear.
Yeah.
It's like someone took our clip of ours and like fucking. Oh, these retards talk about fucking Trump.
I mean, hey, any attention is attention, so I'm cool
Yeah.
with it. But, I just wish it was not all on one video.
Yeah, none of our other videos got that.
Yeah, like our other videos got like...
All right, we're getting distracted.
Yeah,
Right,
we're
let's-
getting distracted. But,
Dude, Do we still want to stay on this, or do we want to?
Yeah, I think we should listen to this one
a little more.
A little more, yeah.
Yeah.
Cornered like that. So it's
sorry, let me real quickly, before we went off on the tangent to our channel. We're not the biggest YouTube channel in the world or anything, but pointing people out on their bullshit isn't exactly the most interesting thing in the world.
No.
I feel like that
it just starts a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I mean, unless you've got something seriously groundbreaking, the drama videos aren't really where it's at.
Drama has to be done organically. Like, I'll admit, I fucking love watching YouTube drama, but it has to be like legit. Like,
it has to be about something
down.
important too. I mean, it can't just be about this fucking minor, insignificant shit that I'm sure. But anyway, back to the main focus. I mean, that guy's. I don't even know who the fuck he is. I just wanted to, make my little comment there.
Problem. And
turning into AIU.
Is Sargon telling me to stay in my place?
Yeah, pretty much.
Not go after the old right?
Sorry, no, why?
I don't think so. I think what he says is that if things are construed to be tactics of the SJWs, it looks bad on anyone and nobody wins.
Right.
True.
Yeah, that person should have been listened to.
Yeah.
Because I think now is maybe a good point where we can kind of talk about our opinions overall on the private quote-unquote information that was spread, the doxing that Redpill is claiming. I don't think it's doxing.
No, this was all public information. I still agree that Kraut shouldn't have done it because it does make him look like a little bitch. But
yeah,
at the same time, Coach Redpill's saying, they're fucking trying to dox me. He has his address on his Patreon. He made a video, like Sargon said, he made a video doxing him fucking self.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is just all public information. He should just be addressing it like a man.
Yeah, he should just address the points and ignore the person. Fight the argument, not the person. I mean, there are certainly times when you might want to fight the person, but this isn't one of those times. I mean, no matter who he is as a person, that really isn't going to dispel the argument, which is, I think, should be your main point. It shouldn't be just silencing that argument until...
Yeah, I mean, Kraut should have either dropped fucking with the race realist, or he should have just kept making videos addressing the arguments. I think what he did, I didn't find it necessary.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like it's a hard or insignificant topic to just address the topic either.
No.
I mean, there's plenty of shit you can say about that topic, no matter which side you're on, to have a fluid conversation about it.
Yeah, there's evidence that goes both ways, honestly.
I mean, yeah, we're not going to get into our opinions on race realism just because there's no fucking need.
I'm not qualified.
Yeah, neither one of us are qualified, and
I don't think 90% of the people who talk about it are.
No, and our opinions honestly don't really matter in that sense. And honestly, in my opinion, it's not really that significant of a talking point.
I mean, I think we can both agree that we just think that race isn't the big deal that most of these fuckers see it as.
Yeah, no, I think race is...
The whole, like, black people have lower IQs by genetics. No. There's so much developmental time, like, that takes place that is crucial to that. So...
Yeah, I mean, there's a...
But we're not going to...
Yeah, we're not going to get into race realism or anything like that. My main point is that there's plenty of shit you can go off on race realism where you can, have a fluid discussion about that. And I think that's honestly my main opinion. I think we should just honestly move into closing just so this isn't like an hour-long video, even though we could probably keep going on for that long about it. But, yeah, I mean, do you have any closing thoughts? I mean, I think we're both in agreement that they shouldn't have... They didn't dox him, but at the same time, they shouldn't have used this information the way they did.
No, especially when you're dealing with, people of that people of that spectrum that, if you reveal any information about them, they will cry victim and say that you're doxing them.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, too, is, like, you're just giving them ammunition. As Redpill said, number one, it's suicide because... No, it may not be, like, his channel may not be dead forever or whatever.
No, he might come back after a few months.
Yeah, I mean, he might come back and it might all blow over, if even a few months. Maybe even, like, weeks it might blow over. Because I think this is just kind of an outrage thing. I think it'll go away in a week or 2 or 3. Unless everybody keeps making videos about it, of course.
Yeah, but I don't think people will. In my opinion, this kind of lies... Coach Redpill kind of determines where this goes. He can keep trying to milk it because he's made a lot of videos on it.
Yeah.
So he can either drop it and people will eventually forget, or he's going to continue making videos about what happened and bring fucking Jeff Holiday and Sargon in on it.
Yeah, see, and here's the thing, too, is what for all the Jeff Holiday haters,
Yeah, like,
what did he do?
yeah, like, give me personal information give me private information he found about Coach Redpill that wasn't already available.
Yeah, give me...
Then I'll believe he's a doxer.
Yeah, if you can give us information that we can't find ourselves with minimal effort. I mean, like, you can say that he helped dig it up, but that's a lot different than doxing.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have a fucking profile on, you know, something that links my personal name with this podcast, I can't accuse somebody of doxing me.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not doing the best to hide your docs and your private information,
Yeah.
you know, like, and if you've been on TV, you know, like, you should try a little harder to hide your shit.
Yeah.
If you're a public figure already, or else it'll be sought after pretty heavily.
Yeah, I mean, if your face is easily linked to a name on the
Yeah.
internet, somebody will find it. It's just one of those things. I mean,
RT Russia. He was on RT Russia. Like, that's not like a fuck around news network.
No. But all right, I think that's really all that needs to be said about this.
Yeah, if we got anything important wrong, because this is all new, chaotic, fucking bullshit drama that has many sides, you know, feel free to let us know in the comments, because we may have gotten something wrong. I've been following this since it's fucking started, pretty much.
Yeah, and I, on the other hand, have not. I basically...
That's why I wanted to do this.
Yeah, I basically just kind of got into it, you know, yesterday and today. Honestly, the reason why I saw it all was because of all the Jeff Holiday hate, which I don't think is granted. But
yeah, just to be
not
clear,
warranted.
we don't have a bias towards any of these people involved one way or the other. I was never that big a fan of Kraut and T. I like Jeff Holiday, but I don't think either of us were ever sycophants of his.
No, I'm not even subbed to his channel.
I've probably watched more Coach Redpill videos than Kraut and T videos.
I definitely have. I've watched maybe like 5.
Yeah.
And
So we're not like just siding with them. I just find blaming Jeff Holiday is bullshit, and I don't think any of that information leaked was private.
yeah. All right. Well, that's all we really have to say about it. So, yeah. See you on the next video. Remember to check out all of our links, which you can find in the description and on the screen.
Like
here.
and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Toss us some comments, and if you disagree or agree, of course, let us know.
Yep, we'll reply to as much as we can.
Absolutely. All right. Later, guys.
Yep, see you.